if you are just starting out and create your first pins, I have 4 tips for you so you can create the best pins for your account. First of all, the dimensions of the pins change all the time, so today this is going to be up-to-date information, but if you watch this video in the future, you may want to check that. So right now the long pins are not getting so many impressions as the one that have 600 per 900 pixels, so you should create those ones. You can try different sizes, and when you add them to your Pinterest accounts, next day you'll see how many impressions they got, so different sizes will definitely get different impressions, so just stick to the one that got the bigger amount of impressions. When I changed from 600 per 900 to longer ones, my impressions dropped like 10 times, so I definitely don't want that to happen anymore. That's why it's important to know what are the suggested dimensions. Second thing, you should use big, I cannot explain it enough, big letters. That's why 80% of people who are looking on Pinterest feed, they're on their phones, so those pins are really small. So if your text overlay is little, they're not gonna see it. If you use too calligraphic fonts, they're not gonna be able to read it if it's small and calligraphic. So make sure that your fonts are big. And of course you can add something calligraphic, add different colors of the letters, do like highlight, different colors of highlight behind the letters, so just make sure it stands out. Use pictures. I don't recommend using stock photos. Why? Because many people use them, so you don't want to have the same pictures as other. That's why, and the reason why is because Pinterest is going to show those others with the same pictures as something related, and they may not be related at all, so you can be recategorized somewhere different. So if you are in food niche, it's easy because you just put food. If you are in travel niche, it's easy because you put the travel pictures. But if you're writing, I don't know, about mindset, if you're writing about money or blogging, you don't really have pictures for your post the way you'd have for food or for travel. So you have to think about it. You don't want, let's say, your blogging post to be with your mindset post, because that's a different niche. That's why it's better to invest or make your own pictures, and don't use the stock photos. Either invest in something that's like unique, like change the colors as well. Like you can do many things, like put some patterns on. Just try to stand out. Just try to make sure that your pin is going to be visible. I hear people say that the warm tones are better. Like, it's hard for me to say because I have a lot of ocean pictures, which is blue. Blue is not warm tone, so and they're doing good. It's not only the brown and the yellow ones, so I wouldn't necessarily say that it have to be warm tones. Just do different options and see what's converting. I will show you something really weird. I made a pin for my black nail ideas, and I added different text overlay. It's the same thing, it just says black nails, nothing else, and you'll see the difference of impressions on those posts. And the ones that are actually very small and almost invisible text on the phone are sometimes doing way better than the ones with big font. So I'm not saying that adding big letters would always give you the most exposure. It depends on the niche, it depends on the people who watch it and what they prefer, and how Pinterest is basically showing your pin outside. And yeah, so that's what you need to focus when you've never done it. And if at some point you will see that it takes you way too much time to create pins, you can always go on Fiverr and just find someone to do it for you. When I do them for my clients, I'll order 300 pins at once, so there's no way I would do it. At the beginning I was doing it myself. I would spend like 4 hours a day, and I would create like hundreds of pins a day, and different fonts. I would just spend a lot of time and pin them. But after some point, it's like when you have more clients and you have more work, you cannot do it, so it's better to outsource. But yeah, I was the person who would sit 4 hours per client, create their pins, pin them, and update all the SEO keywords, everything on their account. And with 2 clients it was 8 hours, plus then I have all the other stuff to do. So after two people you cannot do it anymore like that. So you definitely need to outsource, because that's a way better use of your time.